Hello and welcome to Would You Rather with Big Mike and the boys. I'm Big Mike, and here are some boys. Tony and Liam, how's it going?
What's the crack, Jet? How are you?
How are you, Mike? Are you well?
I'm very well. Do you know what episode this is? What episode number?
23.
Do you know what date this episode's releasing on?
23.
23. Third. 23rd.
That's pretty spooky. This should have been our Halloween episode.
But then it wouldn't have been on the 23rd.
So, number 23 is Michael Jordan's number.
Here we go. Another Big Mike.
And people often say, he is a big Mike, yeah. The biggest of all the Mikes, you could say. When people used to say, I want to be like Mike, I was like, yeah, I know. I'm an awkward 8-year-old, of course you do. Like, but people often say that if you're the best at something, you're the Michael Jordan of that thing.
Yeah.
What would you two guys say that you are the Michael Jordan of?
Who's Michael Jordan?
He's the Michael Jordan of not knowing who famous people are. At the moment, I'd say I'm the Michael Jordan of after dinner napping. That's what I'd say.
You think you're the best at it? Not that you like to do it.
Oh, like straight after dinner, boom, out like a light, hour.
Because Michael Jordan isn't just like someone who really loves basketball, you know?
No, he's really good at
He's
it. But every day I have it down to a fine art. Like.
I'd actually say basketball myself.
You're the Michael Jordan of basketball.
Yeah. I'm like a silent sleeper.
I think I'm the Michael Jordan of watching Space Jam. Because I reckon he's never watched it.
Oh, I reckon he loves it.
I say he has it on the background
Maybe.
all the time. You come over for tea, like, you're like, oh yeah, you see my new TV?
Why is your arm stretching so much?
Oh, it's just so I can reach the tea kettle. The tea kettle.
Tea kettle?
He's a tea and a coffee kettle.
But to be fair, in America, like, their kettles are weird.
Yeah.
Why?
They burn it. They cook them on the stove. Strange.
No, that's just old-fashioned, no? Old-fashioned kettles. I have one here that does that.
That's Tony has that kettle.
No, but most Americans don't have electric kettles.
Yeah, I don't have a. I use
because you live with an American mate.
Yeah. It's actually mine, the kettle, though. I like them because then you don't forget about the kettle when you put it on. You actually get your cup of tea. I put the kettle on when it doesn't have that thing, and then I just forget about the cup of tea and never have them.
You bought that kettle purposely so you wouldn't forget.
So I wouldn't forget, yeah. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm putting on tea. And I'm like, yeah.
Right.
He's the Michael Jordan of forgetting about tea.
Yeah. I could put the kettle on like 4 times and forget. It's terrible. Take me all night to make a cup of tea.
Yeah. So which one of you is in charge of our special guest this week?
Tony.
Of getting Michael Jordan on?
Tony was.
I think
Tony was, but he didn't know who he was.
Yeah,
So.
exactly.
Tony thought he was Katie Price's brother, like.
That took me a fucking second there.
I call him J Claus, actually.
You called someone else J Clout, no?
Yeah, if their name ends or starts with J, like, you know, anyone can be a J Claus, really. There's plenty of them out there, like. I'm sure everyone
as long as they're easily rippable.
Americans J Clouts are weird, though, aren't they?
Yeah. They cook them on the stove. Like,
what?
Right, lads. Should we just get into it?
Yeah, why not? Like, just brush past the special guest bit. No
Yeah.
bother. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
What bullshit's he going to have for us this week?
Lads, this week is sponsored by Big Mike and the boys.
Oh?
So, I'm sorry I didn't tell you about this, but I've been trying to sell the rights to the show.
Okay.
And unfortunately, that will include both of your likenesses and your names. So you're going to have to go and change them.
Change my likeness.
Yeah, and your name.
How do I change my likeness?
Yeah. I know what.
Grow a comedy mustache? I don't know.
Are we getting a payoff for this? Like,
Well, it's my name on the deed. That's the thing. So, might buy you a pint. Might buy you a half a mild.
all right. And I won't have to do this anymore. Sweet.
No. Yeah. See,
I'm gonna get
I have big hopes. I have big hopes for this show, lads. And I have no faith in us to do it.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
So my dream is for this podcast to be turned into a TV game show. which then gets turned into a board game, which then gets turned into a movie, which gets turned into a book, which then gets turned into a stage play, which then gets turned into a sitcom, which hopefully would then get turned into a radio show, which would get turned into a Christmas advert, that ideally would get turned into a gritty police drama on the BBC, which might get turned into a song, and then it could get turned into a reboot for the sitcom, and then it could get turned into a comic, and then hopefully it'll get turned into a documentary, which then would get turned into a stand-up show, obviously, and then hopefully get turned into a line of toys, which would obviously get turned into a cartoon, which would then get turned into a cartoon but for adults. And ideally then it would get turned into a pasta sauce. And then it could get turned into a pumpkin, which gets turned into a carriage so that we can take Cinderella to the ball. What do you think, Tony?
I don't know, like, there's a lot of shoes I have to be putting on people.
That is
A bit weird with feet, like.
And how am I going to change my likeness that many times?
You only have to do it the once.
But like that was 20 different scenarios.
Yeah, I think this podcast has legs.
Yeah.
Like the carriage.
It was always my dream to be a pasta sauce.
Not shoes. I'm still on that shoe business, like, I'm not doing that.
But you're not going to be the prince.
Well, technically, we'd all have to be, no?
Yeah. There would be a part of us in all the pumpkin. No, the carriage.
The pumpkin is the carriage.
Okay. So we're just holding her while she. That's weird.
Yeah, we're just running down the street, like.
We're not. But the no, we're just the carriage. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's one hell of a Cinderella story, Mike.
That is, and you guys will be nothing to do with it. It'll be me, Chris Rock, Chris Tucker, voicing a children's cartoon.
I could think of nothing better.
It's a funny picture.
And we've already designed the toy line, so
yeah,
that's done. Tick.
Got some of the hard work out of the way for him. That was nice of us.
Yeah.
Now you have Chris Tucker and Chris Rock and the thing, do you?
I have Mom Retainer.
Wow.
All right. Okay.
So it's another fan question episode, lads.
Nice.
And luckily, we have no questions from Pat this week. Little break from his meddling.
Big Pat. Miss him.
Fuck Pat. I hate him.
That's not a air of jealousy I hear in your voice, is it, Mike?
How could you be jealous of Pat? Have you met him?
Well, I think he sounds like a really nice guy. Got good questions.
It's the way they're read, I'd say. So it's all in the delivery. Right.
Yeah.
So our first question this week comes from someone who says that they are known to be on the run from the FBI, so they can't be named.
Ugh.
Which I think is a bit fucking pretentious, to be honest. They're from Donegal. And their question for us is, would you rather be able to teleport and visit anywhere on Earth for 10 minutes at a time, or have the power to time travel for 10 minutes at a time?
10 minutes at a time?
Wouldn't get a lot done in 10 minutes, would you?
You could check the lottery numbers.
But you go in the past, not the future.
No, if you time travel. But you can only time travel back.
No, it doesn't say it.
No, you can time travel anywhere. Confused the shit
Why
out
did
of
I
me.
think just backwards?
Don't know.
I'm always moving backwards, never forwards, you know?
Just a backward fella, Tony.
Anyway, you wouldn't know the ones in the future, innit?
What do you mean?
Lottery numbers, so they make sense if you can go backwards, but not forwards. For the lottery numbers.
But you only travel for 10 minutes, so you go forward, check the numbers, come back.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking the other way around now. It's like, yeah, I'm going to go in the future and go, what the fuck is the lottery normally like?
Feeling lucky.
I'm luckier in the future.
But imagine, let's say you're not just trying your usual get-rich-quick scheme. Imagine you can go forward into a year's time, 2 years' time, and see if all this COVID stuff's over.
Yeah.
That'd be handy.
That would be handy.
A couple of months would be grand.
You're not trapped there either, are you?
No, you only stay there for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You can't stay there, that's the thing.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
But if you could visit anywhere on Earth, it means you could teleport into the bathroom. Just make sure you're done within 10 minutes.
Yeah, shouldn't be a problem.
Geez, that'd be grand. You'd never really have to get up, would you? Sitting on the couch. Oh, I need to go. Oh, there I'm on the toilet. It'd be grand though. Oh, I'm off tomorrow, right? I'm going to see 90. 85. What else happened in history? Might go see Hitler for a bit, for 10 minutes.
You could go on your lunch break, Tony. You wouldn't have to wait for a day off.
It's a heavy lunch break, though. You know what I mean? I suppose you'd have to go back and get some nice old-fashioned bread, like.
Bread?
Tony's just gone back to Subway last year, like.
Oh, back when they had that Szechuan sauce.
Oh. But you could go back and, well, no, because what if you cross paths with yourself? You can't do that, can you? Or what's your take on this, Mike? Because I guess this person didn't give you any more information. Not even a name.
Not even a name. No, they said that the butterfly effect is there.
Oh, it's in play?
Yeah, it's butterfly effect time.
But why would you wouldn't be going around where you've been already anyway in the past.
But, like, what if you had, can you remember the best snacker you ever had?
No.
No?
They're always great.
Or just the greatest meal you ever had? Would you like to relive that? Or night out? Or, you know?
I'd be going like back.
What, you'd be a duck?
Yeah.
He's going back to pre-Tony times.
Yeah, prehistoric duck times.
Oh, you could go way back and actually see the dinosaurs and you wouldn't have to bring them into existence.
I don't think I'd want to go back for 10 minutes to the dinosaurs.
Why not? 10 minutes would be grand.
Fucking, how do you know 10 minutes would be grand?
Huh?
How do you know that? You can't just jump back. You know what I mean?
Because you don't know where you're going to land. You could land right in the middle of them.
I'd love to get in the back of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, though. Because his arms would be so small, he'd be like, get off me.
And here's the thing about you going to visit Hitler, Tony, which is weird, by the way.
He didn't say he was going to be taking him baked goods or anything.
Yeah.
He's just going to see what the fuck he was all about. Like.
With time travel, you'd be going back to where you are right now, but in a different time.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's kind of useless. That's useless, like.
Well, it's not that useless.
Of course it is.
Going to the middle of the city centre and see what it looks like a billion years ago.
Yeah, it's kind of useless, though. Like, you'd want to see certain parts in history and stuff.
But you could travel to the place you want to see.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to see Hitler...
Yeah, it'd be cool if the borders were all open and you could go travelling and you go there and be like, oh, when was this built? Okay, let's go back.
See him build it. It's exciting, isn't it? That's the most exciting thing you could think of. Like.
Well, you know what I mean.
I know.
Oh, look.
The pyramids. You could see how they were made.
Yeah, torture chamber. Oh, there we go. Let's go there. Oh, look at them. I wish I'd ever did that now.
I'd prefer to be with the dinosaurs for 10 minutes, to be honest. But we'd be fair safe here, no matter how far back we went. Like,
do you think?
Yeah.
This could be a lot we don't know. You'd be very good at your history if you could time travel. You'd have to look up all the dates and stuff and go right.
Mm-hmm. But would you be good at it though? Because, you know, I mean, if it was an exam, your answers would be like exactly right, but the knowledge they have would probably be a bit off, and you wouldn't get the marks.
Yeah, but that's an exam.
Yeah, no, I'm only thinking about the exam. Not thinking
about
about
doing no tests.
Facts, like. What was the other option? Teleport to anywhere in the world, but only at this moment in time, is it?
Yeah, for 10 minutes at a time.
And you're fully visible everywhere. I'm not talking about girls' bathrooms or anything like that. I'm talking about like going to the lab and see if they're really working on this cure or what.
The White House.
Like, I'd know, like, oh yeah, no, they're doing that right, yeah.
The White House. No one's going to believe you, Trump. Sorry, nobody's going to believe you this happened. See you later.
You want to use your sewage tank inspection skills in these labs to see if they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You'd be fierce lazy if you could teleport anywhere, like.
You would, yeah.
You'd be fierce lazy.
You could teleport yourself to the gym.
You could, yeah, and you could also go, oh, look, I've a minute till I work, and we're there. Okay.
Yeah.
And then 10 minutes later, you end up back home.
Oh yeah. Shit, yeah.
I keep forgetting that. Yeah, but that's perfect. That's a full shift. Because I'm not working, that's a full shift.
Only popped in for my wages.
Yeah.
But people will see you teleport. Like, you'll have issues with it, won't you?
Yeah.
Be alright.
Yeah, well, sound people wouldn't have an issue. Nice people, but weirdos might.
What?
No, everyone would have an issue.
It might be a bit weird, like.
If you just fucking magicked yourself here beside us.
What the fuck are you doing in my house? I don't know, it'll be pretty cool, because there's all these restrictions now. You could just... There you go.
Yeah.
How you doing? What's crack? Popped in for a cup of tea. It's a nice kettle you got there. Gone.
Yeah. Gone.
Tony, are you saying that you'd use it to be a super spreader?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's what happened. They call me Nutella.
Don't fucking put this twist on it again. Like, one of us is always the fucking spreader. Like, We shouldn't even be answering these questions with that in mind. Like,
I know. But you said he was going to use it to get around the restrictions.
yeah,
100%.
but like, be nice to just go and see my mum for 10 minutes every now and again, wouldn't it? See how she
Instead
is.
of a phone call.
Yeah.
How you doing, Mary? Ah, Jesus!
Tony, what are you doing here?
yeah. What do you do? Go and see my mum.
Just wanted to see what kettle you got there. Is that the kettle 2000 there? Is it?
2000.
Oh, fuck it up.
So both options are good. That's what you're saying.
I think they are this time, actually.
Yeah.
They're not bad, like.
They're not bad at all. I imagine because you have to be in the place, you wouldn't be jumping back too far all the time.
What do you mean?
You go, I remember walking past here. Let's go back to that. You know what I mean? Something like that. You wouldn't always be jumping back real far if it's where you are all the time. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, I suppose you kind of run out of times to visit, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Would you know? There's a lot of time, like. Seriously, a lot. Like, if you could probably jump back to when there was nothing, like.
But there might have been like 1 million or 5 million years when there was nothing. You know,
Be pretty nice as well. You need 10 minutes to relax away from everything.
but you wouldn't need to go to every year to see the same nothing. You know,
You could slowly see the different nothing. You know.
Just going to 12,000 BC to fucking meditate for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The silence is deafening.
I'd say in 12,000 BC it wouldn't have been that silent.
What would have been going on?
Loads of shit.
What are you frowning at me for? What do you mean? Look, fucking prick.
No, you'd want to go back to before human times, didn't you?
So when would we be going back to?
Millions of years BC. I don't know. I'm not an anthropomorphized frog. You know. I don't know.
You sound like one.
Frog.
Dog.
Still think the same frog.
Yeah, it sounds like frog.
It's because I said frog. So what are you thinking,
So
lads?
it is
What's
frog.
your answer?
Just jump to that bit.
No, well, keep going if you want. Jump 10 minutes ahead. I just jumped to the end of this podcast, lads. It can't be fucked.
Then you'd have to come back 10 minutes later.
True.
Fucking idiot. You fucking idiot.
So you'd actually just miss the middle part every time. It'd be pretty frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just want to know what happens. Stop jumping.
No context to anything.
And they say you jump, like, would you have to jump or would you just, like a time jump?
It just says teleport. Didn't say jump.
And is it a device or you just think and you do it?
I would say it's probably like a device, but one in your pocket.
Okay.
An application on my phone, was it?
It could
Something
be an
like that.
application on your phone. Might need to be updated every 3 months. You know.
I've got
Jeez, if you've no phone battery and you're in the future,
you still come
just
back
go
10
in
minutes
10
later.
minutes,
Yeah. There's no catches to this. Like there's no downside.
Tony, I've got something that's funny and relatable, right? My banking app updated, and now I can't log in because it's my old phone number.
So it actually backdated.
Oh, downdated.
Yeah.
What? I'm fucking so
See
confused.
that? Mind blown.
I'm blown emoji. So what are you thinking, lads? Tony, you have one chance now. Where would you go? Place and time. Do you know, like, so one of each?
I think place was harder than I think.
I think time is harder.
Really? Yeah. I think I'd go back to before the Velvet Revolution.
Yeah.
Because it's we're living in Prague, like, here.
See what it's like.
Yeah, I mean, if it's here, I'd have to see what it's like.
So what kind of year is that?
30 years back, give or take.
Oh, only 30 years back.
30, 35, not that far away, but like...
I've never heard of it.
You've heard, like, it's meant to be completely different here in Prague then. I know it'd be different further back, but I'd like to see that.
Okay. So you wouldn't go back too far? That's interesting.
No, 40 to 50 max. In Prague, anyway, while we're in Prague, so I'm just trying to limit myself to one...
And where would you
I
go?
was trying to limit himself.
What?
If you can go anywhere for 10 minutes, where would you go?
That's very hard.
Yeah, 10 minutes isn't a long time to enjoy anything.
I'd definitely just go to the White House.
Would you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got to Trump and scare him and see if I can get away with just going in there and going, hey buddy, it's cracking, and disappearing before anyone sees me.
10 minutes is a long time now,
Yeah.
in that context.
Not if I'm like under the desk while he's doing paperwork or like playing with his toys.
Like Monica Lewinsky?
Or playing with his toys. And they'd be like, boom!
I don't know. I'd go back to maybe like the first ever Woodstock or something like that to see what that'd be like. Because I don't know how I'd feel about music festivals, but I'd say 10 minutes would be grand.
Woodstock would be pretty savage to see. I'd say it was a bit mad. But
I'd say it was probably a lot more boring than you expect.
I very much doubt that.
So lads, do you have an answer for this person before they have to move on and change their phone because the FBI are after them?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Tony, what are you thinking? What's your answer?
Past.
That wasn't really one. You like time travel.
Nah, you can get future
Okay.
as well now.
You can just time travel, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going to go for time travel?
I completely forgot about the future part. That's even better. Yeah, we got time travel.
Okay. And Liam?
Yeah, I'll take time travel as well, because I think the teleportation would just be kind of frustrating. You have to get everything done in 10 minutes and then you're back to where you started. So.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be terrible. I'm just thinking mid poop, like if you were lazy.
That's what I said. You have to be done in 10 minutes. You land back on your couch.
Yeah.
And then you fall asleep and die. So Tony and Liam both said that they would rather be able to time travel for 10 minutes at a time. But let us know over on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Big Mike Pod. What would you rather? Our second question this week comes from Gavin Burke. And Gavin wants to know, would you rather live in a dome where you have high-grade medical care, great security, but no free expression, or live outside the dome, wild and poor and free? So and I'm thinking that's kind of like you're probably put into a job that you don't necessarily pick, but you would still have some time in the evenings to kind of roughly do whatever you wanted.
But no free expression?
But it would be very like Big Brother's watching you. No free expression. So you couldn't like go out and protest things you didn't like or, you know, complain about the system.
You just go along with it till you die and then...
But you have everything else you need.
But it's not like you're working you're like, in the evenings you'd be able to watch TV and visit people.
Well, no free expression would be, you couldn't even really paint, or you couldn't play music.
Yeah.
Or you couldn't watch TV shows, really.
Yeah.
There'd probably be a system on how everything had to be, you know.
Yeah.
Now, the problem with this question, I've just realised, is that, like, one of the options is wild, and Tony loves going into the wild. So
It literally has the word in it, look.
I suspect we know Tony's answer.
Yeah, but living outside, you wouldn't have anything.
In the wild.
Yeah.
You're just in the wild, like.
Well, it's just a dome like that.
I think Tony wants to get into the wild and then go back to civilization soon after. I don't think he wants to be stuck in the wild.
Oh, yeah. Well, put your money on that.
10 minutes at a time in the wild. You never said you'd teleport into the wild, Tony.
Yeah, but where's into the wild?
You tell me.
So what I'm picturing is like the Simpson movie / the Dome, but then like with
Like Big Brother elements.
yeah.
Like 1984.
What, the George Orwell book?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like where the idea of Big Brother came from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that where Big Brother came from? The idea of that?
Yeah.
George Orwell?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Big Brother was
Didn't
watching
know
it.
that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I actually have that book here. I must read it.
Like when they say wild and poor and
Caveman is what I'm thinking.
yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking as well, but fuck it.
You have to do everything. You have to go hunting.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be
But as usual,
live in the cave.
Tomorrow is the choice, you know, so it's like you know what you know now.
Yeah.
Either way.
And is there a civilization outside the dome or you're alone?
You have to build one, I imagine.
You're not alone, but it'd be, you know, you might be living in a little community, yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have, all the buildings would be leveled.
Leveled? Why would that happen?
Don't know. It would be.
Because he's just making shit up
Could
as he
be
goes along. The cunt.
Slightly empty and overgrown would be.
Because then you'd be wild, you know?
Yeah.
Can't be wild if you live in an apartment block, right? Well, you can be. I met some people, but
Yeah. Like the dome thing, like fucking terrifies me. Like that's the worst case scenario for a life ever, I think. Because then what? Like you fucking have kids and that's all they're gonna do for their whole life, live under this fucking dome.
Well, they know no. Yeah. Well, they might know no better, I suppose.
what's wrong with the dome?
What do you mean? What's wrong with the dome?
Apart from like the principle of it, what's actually wrong with it?
No free expression. Can't listen to music. Can't have any artistic fucking expression of self.
It might be music, but it might just be their version of it.
Yeah, but that's not like if you don't get to choose what you fucking.
I imagine a couple of generations that would be the normal though.
Yeah, but that's not good. Like.
Because either way, we can't keep doing this podcast. And that's just a fact.
Yeah, because in a couple of years we'll be controlling everyone's expression when we get our dome fixed up.
Yeah. And unless they actually hired us to be like the dome radio station, which I doubt it.
No, I don't think so. Not one. I'm seriously consider not picking it. Like,
I bet Pat wouldn't get the job either.
We can be the wild radio station. Be the ones banging on rocks.
yeah. You're listening to Wild
Would you rather eat that rock or...
What are you eating rocks for?
Who's eating rocks? I'll eat
Man, you should, Mike, please pick the dome. You will die within a day.
Granite. Isn't that why it's called limestone? Because you put it in a Corona. Oh, too soon. Put it in a mojito.
I just think that the dome would be the most horrible existence ever.
Mightn't be as bad
Okay.
as I think.
No, I think it would.
Depends if they put you in a job and stuff, you know? Okay, you're doing this job, you have to do that job, that's it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's not a job I want.
But that's it. But like, none of your life is what you would want, though.
You gotta be a sewage
It's tomorrow,
inspector.
like.
You're a sewage inspector.
Okay, I'll take the dome.
Yeah.
Dream job.
No, but this changes tomorrow. Like, you still have your own ideas of what you want. Like, that's why I know my answer already, so I'm just gonna keep stumped for a bit.
Keep stumping.
It's just the Tony podcast now. Come on, Tony. What you got? Entertain us. We got radio silence on the other line.
I wonder how you'd get into that. You know what I mean? In general, if that was to happen, like all the people who were expressing themselves, they just have to be taken. Like, that's it. If it's the next day, like let's say all the actors and all the musicians and stuff, they're just here you go. You're working with them in a factory beside, you know.
Beside Justin Timberlake and Jason Momoa.
Yeah, beside Michael Jordan. You're like lifting boxes. All right, Michael. How are you? Hey, Jay Clough.
Well, Michael Jordan's probably retired.
Yeah, but not here. You don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't
retire.
think you get to retire. Like,
Okay, well,
like if they're that controlling, they're gonna work you to the bone till you die. Like, of course they are.
sure, they'd give you a job you'd be better at, I suppose, at your old.
You're a cog in a machine. Like.
Yeah, if you're old, your job's probably to talk to the elderly.
Talk to yourself, like.
Yeah, they haven't figured out.
All the old people just talking to each other, like.
Haven't figured it out. It's a work in progress.
That's just an old people's home. Old people talking to old people.
Yeah, old people used to work in an old
Yeah.
folks' home, so they just stuffed them in a building. Yeah, you're working there now.
Stuff them in a bin.
It's your job to talk.
Done.
I don't think like the wild outside the dome would be bad. Like,
Well, there's nothing there. Be basically going back to Neanderthal days, like.
would it really like you? No, because you know how things work. You know how to build. You know how to. You know, they didn't like. You know.
Yeah, they probably had more handier than we were. I'd say.
I don't know.
We definitely have a smarter brain, probably these days.
Smarter brains, man. That's what.
Yeah.
That's what differentiates us.
Our brains be real smart.
I think I'd struggle to build anything without access to polyfilla, to be honest.
Access to what?
Polyfiller.
Polyfiller.
I use that quite a lot, so, you know, without the material.
To build things.
Yeah, well, fix them when I make a mistake.
You just learn not to make mistakes, Mike.
I suppose I'd build Tony's house first and then learn from my mistakes and then build my own.
My house is already built.
How was that?
Yeah.
Who built that?
I know a guy. Michael Jordan did it.
Sick of his factory job.
Yeah.
Basketball hoops everywhere.
And the old people do it as well.
They're all in the dome, you know.
Yeah.
That's what they're building in the factory houses for us. That wouldn't make any sense. It turns out we're in the dome and they're in the small outside area.
Ah, fuck.
We're-
We've lost it, fuck. We've lost it, lads.
We're in the
We've fucking lost
we're in
it.
the
yeah.
outside dome. Lads, what's your answers?
I'm going to fucking be wild and free.
And poor?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. Into the wilds, obviously. Into the wilds.
So Tony and Liam both said that they would like to be in the wild and poor and free.
I think poor is a bit of a weird one there, because, like...
Poor, but there is no money.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're not poor if there is no fucking currency, like...
Technically, we could have all the riches.
Yeah, Gavin Burke. We're questioning your use of the word poor here. Let us know over on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Big Mike Pod what you meant by poor.
Oh, yeah, and what you would rather.
And let us know what you would rather over on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Big Mike Pod. What would you rather? And our third question comes to us from Donald Walsh. Would you rather make any person you want start a conversation with you, or make any person you want leave?
What? Leave what? Like,
So you-
leave the fucking world? Or
Leave,
just
leave your area, like leave your vicinity.
Yeah, so you know when someone comes up and they're speaking, you're like, oh, what are you talking about? I don't want you. Go away.
Yeah. So it could mean like a drunk in the pub, or it could be a security guard. Do you know, it could be a police officer, could be a loved one. You're like, I love when my loved ones leave. Yeah. Liam, did you already use this one on your dad?
If
Sorry.
you want someone to speak to you, like, I don't know, a celebrity or something. You
Yeah,
guess
exactly.
the video you use for that, no?
Or a pretty
But
girl.
you'd have to be in their area as well, wouldn't you?
Or a dog. Oh, come here, buddy. Yeah. Speak.
You won't be able to understand him.
I think it's only humans.
Like, I never really get the urge to say, oh, I'd love to talk to that person. Like, ever.
But they would be starting a conversation with you.
What?
So you'd make them want to talk to you. So maybe you could use that to your advantage. So it's not like the same as you going up and starting chatting to them.
I think you need both powers. Because you'd be like, if you just took the one where they're coming up talking to you, you'd immediately be like, oh, fuck.
They'd be obsessed with you, like,
Yeah.
what? You're a big weirdo. Okay, see you later.
Well, that's like me with my newfound fame from the podcast.
Well, you wish people would come up to you and talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, I go to the Super Value where...
Or people keep asking you to leave. No.
I know it's, I just, like, sometimes, alright, people come up and they're like, fucking just, you know, if someone's too drunk or something and you're just not in the right.
Yeah.
Especially at work. Like,
No,
you know.
you don't even know. You don't even know.
Do you know, you're working behind a bar and people come up and it's like, oh, look, can we just end the conversation now because it's a bit awkward?
Yeah.
You could just do that.
They're
That'd be...
just saying things they shouldn't be saying, thinking it's funny or it's the right thing. You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
not really. But
Yeah.
I'm kind of scared of you.
But if you were like in a queue, or let's say you were waiting at a bar, at a really busy bar, you could make the bar staff want to talk to you.
That's a good way of using it now. That's a very good way of using it. We're thinking one-way track.
I'm pretty good at that, though.
That's yes. I'm the opposite. Like, any women behind you? Okay, I'll go to them instead. No one in the bar? You're all right.
Yeah.
So that would be useful for me. Can't really see another scenario where that would be useful, though.
You're on a plane and you're wanting to buy a coffee.
No,
The
I don't
hostess
have
at the
anything
front of the
on the plane. I know it's just a thing about
You fast.
yeah.
So you're saying that this thing is useful to get the attention of waiting staff and basically nothing else?
No.
Do you want to talk to a celebrity?
Who though? You have to get
you
into.
see a celebrity.
You have to get around them, like you have to get near
No,
them.
they just have to be near us. Like, oh, there you go.
Well, you go to a concert, a Michael Jordan concert, right? And he's singing his nice song. and then you're sitting at the back row and he comes up, he says, sorry guys, I have to stop singing about Basketball Jones for a minute and go speak to Liam. He comes up and he kind of kneels next to you. He's like, well, how's it going? And you're like, you're Irish as well now, Michael Jordan. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, sure I am, to be sure.
And then I'd be like, oh, I'm so glad I picked the second option and I can get him to leave because I'd be so creeped out.
If he's thousands of people,
if he stopped one of his-
microphone,
If he stopped one of his signature concerts just to speak to me, I'd be super embarrassed.
Would you fly like an eagle?
Into the future. Well, fuck. I just can't think of any good reason to get someone to want to talk to you apart from being at a bar.
What about if your girlfriend's ignoring you because you did something horrible to her?
manipulative. So
What would I have done? Never had that issue.
He said, but baby, I thought that clone was you.
Happened once.
Or what if she's watching her weekly Pokemon the Indigo League marathon every week and you want some attention?
Why would I? No. If she wants to watch that, let her watch that. I'm okay till it's finished. Like, I'll just keep living my life normally. Like, I'm happy with how it is. I'm happy with the level of attention I get.
I could get a lot of handiness out of the lead one though. Like, that's a positive for me.
Yeah, me too. I think it is handy. Like,
Another positive, like.
I think it is handy.
Like if you're trying to watch Pokemon the Indigo League and your girlfriend won't leave you alone,
But where did these people go when you get them to leave? Like,
just leave the room. Just go and do something else. They just want to go and do something else.
don't know. You'd have to be very careful how you use that.
Forever. Why'd you have to
No.
be careful how you use that?
Huh?
Why'd you have to be careful how you use that?
Because if you make someone fucking keep having no interest in you, then they might not have any interest in you at all.
Nice. Go away, like. I wouldn't use it to the people that I want to have interest.
That's what I mean. You'd have to be careful. That's all I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm
And
saying.
then you end up like Ash's Pidgeotto, who just leaves him.
Jesus. Are you watching a bit of Pokemon this week, Michael, yeah?
I watched an episode or two.
I don't know. Like, I can't see any positives to wanting to get someone to talk to you or whatever. How starved for attention are you if you want that?
Yeah, exactly.
Very.
Yeah, well, not me. I'm okay.
Yeah.
And I'd want someone to talk to me because they want to talk to me, not because I've fucking
But they would want to talk to you, do you know?
I'm alright with
manipulated
that
them
too,
to
like.
think that.
I'm alright with that.
Right, lads, have you got your answers?
Oh yeah.
Tony, what would you go with?
I would go with get the fuck out of here. See you later, ciao.
Yeah, the ability to make somebody leave.
You think they better leave right now?
Yep.
You couldn't listen to that song in the Dome. Right, lads? So Tony and Liam both went with...
I think that's the exact song they would play in the Dome, to be honest.
Tony and Liam both went with the ability to make someone leave. And they agreed all 3 times this week, which is nice. Bit of harmony
Good job, buddy.
in the Would You Rather Castle this week. So let us know over on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Big Mike Pod. What would you rather and why? I thought I'd add the why there, lads. Start a bit of a dialogue with the old listener.
Little plot twist.
Curveball.
You're a bloody curveball.
I go round and all right.
Right, lads. Episode 23. Was it our 23rd best episode?
With the bonus and everything. No, probably not.
Top
Kind
23.
of everything.
Okay.
You can get that, like, kind of everything.
I don't know what that means, but I'll leave it at it.
Yeah.
And this.
So, Tony, what's your 23rd favourite flavour of Lucozade?
The original.
And Liam?
Orange.
Orange.
Yeah.
Do you think there's 22 better Lucozades than orange?
What was the question?
23rd favourite flavour of Lucozade.
Oh,
There's not even 23 flavours, but originals 1, 2, 3 to 23.
Oh, no, there must be. I'd say there's been 23.
Has there?
Of Lucozade.
Yeah, I'd say so. There's probably about 9 or 10 now that you can buy
Okay.
in Irish shops.
Well, original's the
Crazy.
best.
I'm not actually a fan of orange, so I'll stick with orange.
Mad bastard.
I don't think either of us understood the question, Mike. I think that's what's going on here.
Yeah, original's the best, and it's the 23rd, and it's the second, and it's the 10th.
He's saying it's his favourite and he doesn't have another type.
Yeah, all the other Lucozades can go suck it.
What about-
Lucozade.
Suck it, Lucas.
What about Lucozade Sport Orange?
I love
the
that.
The fizzy one we had in Ireland that they didn't have anywhere else.
Did they not? I didn't like the fizzy one. I loved the isotonic sports drink one.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
I like the fizzy one. That was my go-to. But Citrus Clear is my favourite all time.
Right. Now, I'm just starting to fucking wonder, is anybody interested in our favourite Lucozades? Because...
Probably not. Everyone knows it's just original and that's it.
But even if they're not, I'd like to tell them that the pink lemonade was probably my very favourite of all time.
Didn't even tell it.
One of my least favourites. That's a fun fact for you there at home.
So different.
So different. We're different kind of guys. That's why this works.
But we're still buds. Come on, you cunt.
So just this Christmas, find someone you love and share a Lucozade with them. Welcome to Conspiracy Theories with Big Mike. This is the segment where each 3 weeks, I tell you a conspiracy
Every day,
theory
all day.
that I read about that day and that I like. Are you ready, lads, to hear a conspiracy theory?
I fucking forgot that this was your segment, but I'm super ready now.
Have you heard? Have you found out whether Paul McCartney is dead or not? Did you message him during the 3 weeks?
Well, how would you know? Even if you didn't.
Yeah, I went back to the past and
Oh yeah, you fucking do it.
I asked him.
Saw him get run over.
I know, I ran him over.
It's true. Butterfly
I
effect.
killed Paul McCartney.
It's true now.
Yeah.
Jesus, right, that's canon. So, you guys might have heard of the flat Earth, but have you ever heard of the hollow Earth?
The flatter.
Flat Earth.
Flatter.
Flat Earth.
Mm-hmm.
But this is not the flat Earth.
Hollow
This
Earth.
hollow Earth. Have you ever heard of it?
No, I've never heard of this.
So there's nothing in it. There's no core.
Yeah.
There's no...
None. Well, Tony, do you want to hear about it, or do you want to tell me about what you think?
Sorry.
it could be?
Sorry.
No, I wanted you to name all the layers of the Earth.
Right.
You started off so well. There's
Yeah,
no core.
the crust, the core,
there's
the
no-
mantle, like you got it. Yeah.
Fucking out of nowhere.
So basically, since the beginning of humans have suspected that there is a subterranean world, and that's kind of where we get the notion of hell being down below.
Okay.
So there's loads to read up into this. I'm giving you a little snapshot of it. In 1818, John Cleves Sims Jr., which is a great name, suggested that there were holes in the North and South Pole which were access points to the inside of the Earth. He believed that there would be vegetables, animals, and possibly men there. And he spent years trying to get funding for a polar expedition to go and find the holes, but he never got it. Over the years, a lot of people have believed that there was like races of people or aliens or giants living in there. And that they were peaceful, but way more advanced than us. And that they'd have flying saucer technology.
What, so this is like a recent thing? Do people still believe this?
Some people still believe it. So I've got like a little clip I've taken straight from a website here, because I'm a bit lazy. One of the most popular pieces of evidence for Hollow Earth is a supposed secret journal entry by Admiral Richard Byrd, who claimed to be the first person to fly over the North and South Pole. According to believers, Byrd's secret journal from 1947 included a report of flying into one of the Sims holes and making contact with the race that lives inside the Earth.
In his journal?
According to people in his secret journal, he said that.
Secret journal.
That hasn't been released.
Yeah, like, where is it? I want to see these pages.
The most interesting part of the whole thing for me is that a lot of people believe that when Hitler was supposed to have died, he actually escaped into the Hollow Earth.
Ah, see, I didn't know that. I knew it was supposed to be he went to some pole, but I didn't know, like...
He went in through to the Hollow Earth, and he might be dead by now, but like that's where he lived for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I've also heard he went to Argentina.
Well, people have said that there's access to the Hollow Earth from lots of different places. So.
Well, Argentina is Patagonia, doesn't it?
So what do you think? Do you think there's a Hollow Earth?
I don't know. I'm definitely going to look this shit up, though.
It's pretty class, like.
I haven't heard about this.
I think it'd be pretty deadly to find that out. You're like, what? There is actually fair play to you for keeping that, like.
But I think science would disagree with the fact that it could happen, like.
No.
Yeah. Well, people have drilled down fairly deep, haven't they? So.
Not that deep. Listen, there's like a hole in Russia, isn't it? Like the deepest hole on Earth.
How deep is it?
I think it's only something like, maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's only something like 2 kilometers. That's as deep as they went.
No, geez, it'd be much more than that. 100%.
Is it?
Yeah, it would definitely be more.
But I remember hearing it and thinking, geez, that doesn't seem like a lot.
Maybe 200 kilometers or something.
I don't know. How
yeah, to be a lot more than that, I'd say.
He's about to tell us.
The deepest hole is, according to the BBC, the deepest hole is 12.2 kilometers.
12.2 kilometers.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't a lot, look.
That's
it's so deep that locals swear you can hear the screams of souls tortured in hell. That is literally what BBC have said.
Where is it?
It's called the Kola Super Deep Borehole. It doesn't say.
I think it's Russia.
Yeah, it's
cool.
in Russia.
Yeah.
So, I mean, BBC say that you can hear the underworld.
BBC say that. So how far to the core or to the centre?
So, according to the BBC, if the Earth is like an onion, then the crust is like the thin skin of the planet. It is only 40 kilometers thick.
Right, so they haven't even...
No, they wouldn't be able
past
to...
the crust.
Beyond this is the 1,800 mile deep mantle. And then beyond that is the core. So pretty...
I wonder what...
So we haven't even got halfway through the crust, like...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're still cutting off the bread of that sandwiches. Still cutting.
So what's beyond the crust is these giants.
So the sandwich is only being prepared.
Basically.
You know what I mean?
They barely even started baking the bread, probably, if that's the right analogy.
My God.
God. Jesus, guys. Do you think Paul McCartney lives in the Hollow Earth? The real one?
In the real Hollow Earth?
Yeah.
But why the fuck would people be living underground if they're the advanced race? You know what I mean? If you
maybe it's better under there, though. But how, like...
better phone reception, Tony?
Yeah.
But also, like, it's just can't be possible. Like...
Could be.
But how? Okay, so he says fucking vegetables and all this. How can they grow without sunlight?
It's hot.
Advanced race. It just sounds like Gulliver's Travels.
A bit like Gulliver's
Travels. Your man with the plane and finding it.
Could have been based on
giants there and stuff. It just sounds like Gulliver's Travel.
So lads, we have to agree on the conspiracy theory every week. So last week we thought Paul McCartney probably wasn't dead.
Yeah.
But you can't argue with this one, surely.
I do not believe that there is a Hollow Earth.
No, I don't. I believe that's full of shit.
Full of giants and light saucers.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I agree with you guys. I don't think there's a Hollow Earth, probably. But if there was, Paul McCartney would be living there.
With Hitler. Jesus.
I feel that theory is a bit hollow.
And Jesus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey. Right, well, I mean, that's the end of the podcast. Was it a good one or the worst? The worst thing ever?
It wasn't the worst.
It's definitely in the top 23 now.
Like, It's somewhere around Citrus Clear and fucking Original for me.
Better than grapefruit?
I don't remember grapefruit, but...
No, I assume it existed.
Oh, Tabasco.
Right. Well,
Orange juice and
now,
toothpaste.
Tony, don't be so fucking ridiculous. Right. So, let's just wrap it up. Right, lads? I gotta go. I got a meeting at the Prime Minister's office.
Cool.
No, that's
Best of luck.
Wait one. Thanks.
Alright, let us know, whatever.
So,
Wherever.
if you have any questions for us, lost my shit, lads. If you have any questions for us, let us know over on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Big Mike Pod. Our podcast that you listen to right now, so you don't need help finding it, can be found on any podcast app, on Spotify, YouTube, or at BigMikePod.com. But that's got to be it for us this week, guys. So, from me, Big Mike, and the boys, thanks, bye.
Thanks, bye.
See you now.
Bye.